A little Apex stream, first Apex stream of the season. Also, probably my first Apex stream that isn't happening on the last day of the season. I typically tend to save up all my Apexing until the very end, which is obviously... I mean, it has resulted in me hitting Lang for the past couple seasons, but that's it. So we'll see what happens if I get my practice in on the first day instead of the last day. Just get myself set up here for a second. And somehow the Dobermans seem to be relatively calm right now. So I haven't done any of my qualifiers, and my stream title, How Do I Even, is fairly accurate. I changed up my box quite a bit for this season. There's some new, not fully built characters in here. There's some characters I haven't really used. I haven't really practiced in scrims or really done any prep for this. I just find it more fun to just come in and play. Even if I lose a bunch of matches at the start of the season, eventually we'll get there, right? So early ladder for me is really practice time. So I'm going to be figuring out what my characters can do, figuring out pick ban. I don't really know like what characters to pick into what other characters. Obviously, I kind of know what my characters do, but that doesn't mean I have a coherent strategy behind them yet. Which is obviously not the optimal way to go into an Apex Arena season, but I'm a casual when it comes to this PvP stuff. Okay, so what do we got here? Windy Outpost. They don't want to fight my Cherie. If they don't want to fight Cherie, they probably want to use some magical shenanigans. This box looks more like a Lucretia box, to be honest. Let's just see what happens if we do that. Now. Oh, there the Dobermans go. I knew they wouldn't let me down. I knew they wouldn't let me down. I honestly think I'm going to open with Rosenseal just because this is a rare opportunity to actually get her out. Hey, welcome to the stream, Fruits. Alright, he doesn't want to face my rangy mages either. Well, I do still have tanks up my sleeve. I mean, I wonder if I should just get rid of his other rangy mages and see if... I'm gonna have to fight them eventually. Box is kind of similar to mine, except that Ultimuller and Kruger in there. Well, Death Queen, thankfully there are rewards for the top 512 now, so if you could make it into like 511th place, then that's something. Tristan, you must be playing some games of your own, are you? I honestly think I'm gonna kind of lean Ares. I'm not really sure what to do against early pick Sherry. So I could ban out healers now and then play Jug, which will kind of help. In fact, I think I am going to do that. If he ends up going with Licorice, then it's not as big of a problem. This is... You're going to have to bear with me. This is going to be the stream of me literally figuring out what the characters do in my box. Now, who's dangerous to Jug? Probably Alti, and probably Ares. Now I do have, I can bring Empire buff on Rosen to buff Helena and Ares. And to be honest, I think I'm kind of looking at Hilda in last place. So we'll give Hilda guard priority. Burn is going to be dangerous to Hilda. Potentially. But we're looking at physical threats. They don't really have much in the way of mage DPS, though. There's a chance he brings Lancers, so maybe I want to go with Highlands to help her maybe bust Jug's Lancers. What's my win con, Pete? That is an advanced question. My win con is I'm not really sure what to do about Cherie. We're going to go single target Ares. Alright, we got our buff. We'll see how this plays out. Never. Oh, that's a good first match. All right. I think first I'm going to have to deal with that Jugler. Somehow, at some point. Not going to buff till next turn. I don't think he's going to be engaging this turn, hopefully. Well, Tristan, was it last season or the season before that we queued into each other? Hopefully that doesn't happen again this season. This is kind of a weird pick ban. I was not really thinking about getting another kind of slow, turtley tank push team here. So she'll have Shiv. So she will be able to hit into us. Five-star Lucretia, nice. Let me know how that goes, Tristan. My Lucretia is not 5 stars. But we'll see if I get to actually deploy her today. So I'm going to have a safe opportunity to use faction buff next turn and not have to worry about healing since she's also my healer. Where can she engage from? Don't want to be stunned. We'll clump up for now. Alright. This is my conundrum. This is where we're going to actually start needing healing. Certainly if he runs Cherie in alone. So her first hit, she does have the goblins, so Shadow Raid will do respectable damage. So we'll see if he has a free hit on someone here, what happens. This might be a good opportunity for me to learn about my own Cherie, although I'm sure this one's better than mine. Not sure if I want to open the proceedings. I mean, I do have the opportunity to attempt to spike his Jugler here. But I don't have follow-up. I guess I kind of have follow-up from her. I kind of have follow-up from her. His follow-up's not great. Well, this is what Ares is here for. better time than the present. We're buffed. Not super impressive. You're not going to need that breeze on the way back, Ares. I have a feeling you are toast right here. So Ares trades for a little bit of chip damage. Alright. He uses both Cherise attacks there. Cherise not being guarded, but I don't know if is she my target at this point? Do I still need to kill Jugler? Because I can shiv in with Helena now. Try to finish this injured Jugler off. I think I do that and worry about Cherie next turn. Her skills are down. Let's just see how it works. Let's just see what happens. That's the point of these early matches. See what happens. See what happens. Throw down some tiles. Now, Burn is scary. Yeah, he's scary. Scary man. See, sadly, I don't have his spirit boots on anymore. So if I jump him in right now, I don't think I can protect Helena. So Hilda's back here not doing a whole bunch of value. She'll start making her way in. Alright, Helena v. Helena. That is gonna decimate me. He's got all the crystal spikes coming up. Oh, and Bloodthirsty too. Yeah, I have no DPS anymore. I don't think Beast Shock with Wolves is going to... Yeah, he had turn priority, Tristan, so keeping Helena alive was not really something I had the choice about. Wolves are going to be very ineffective against that Holy Cherie. I'm not going to be able to beat this team with just 2 tanks. Never. And Rosen's way too far behind to actually get into the action and do anything valuable. Alright, this should be Jug. I don't think it makes a difference. If I go spears, Burn's gonna kill me. Either way. Either way, not winning this one with just a Hilda. But let's see what happens. Gathering information and data now. Alright, let's see if Burn eats through Hilda regardless. Pretty much. Well, I don't really have anything else I can gather from this. Let's see what this does and then bail, so Never can get some more games in. Alright, one down. Well, this doesn't look like Never Again. This time we're gonna try killing a mage first. Okay, there's the other mage. So, Princess and Empire buffs her, but I also don't want to give him Lucretia and Kyura. I think Burn is probably a more dangerous buffer. I'm picking my only remaining healer first. Florentia in the first slot is a pretty comfortable pick. As player 2. She does a lot in this box. So he's going to take away her buffs, or a couple of them at least. And yeah, he does go with that princess buff. So what am I going to have to do? Probably play against no tanks. And I think Cherie's probably a good pick against this so far. We'll see what happens. I haven't really had a chance to use my Cherie yet. But he's been working on healers, tanks, and buffers. So I'll also have the option to get one of these turrets, if necessary. And I wonder if that offensive plan is a good one. Probably don't like legs, especially since I don't have a tank up yet. So yeah, that makes me wonder if I should go on the offensive with like a Kyura. Or get Jugler out there to potentially mitigate like one hit of these. I think I'll leave Jugler for now. Ares might be a good option too, though. Ares has the range. I'm gonna go with Kyura first, though, just because... solely because I haven't had a chance to use her much. I kind of know what Ares can do, so... in these early, low-stakes matches, I might as well give myself more of an opportunity to figure new things out, rather than just lean back on old crutches. We'll see if that actually works out for me. Alright, he got his healer. So I think now's the time for me to go Ares. And then we'll see what I have left for last. Yeah, there's a few things I can do in here. Alright. Himiko is a good option to splash. I can also bring... Lucretia can do AoEs and mass attack my team. These are both good picks. We'll go with Lucretia just because, again, like I was saying with most of my other picks in this game, not 100% on what she does, so... or how she works, rather. I know what she does. But this will be an experience gathering mission. I don't know if this is a I take goblins comp or not. Do I always take goblins? I mean, angels will keep me protected against these. Maybe I stick with angels, but does that mean I don't bring Shadow Raid at all? I think I probably still bring it, just to give me more positional options. Okay, I'm gonna do AoEs with her. Licorice is going to be able to strip debuffs fairly well, though. And what are you doing? Alright, she's not going to have a faction buff if I don't bring it on Ares, so she's not going to be able to spam her act again. But we will at least all be buffed from Lucretia. I think this is fine. Fine to experiment with. This is really just scrims for points. So apologies for the sloppiness. Dandy Insolent rocking the old Season 1 frame. Definitely intimidating. So we have an AoE Licorice. That's not a healer build Licorice. Well, Michael, the game is nowadays still fairly similar, at least in the Kong playing Apex sense, which is not promising. Not promising. Alright, my opening move. We'll leave her threatening there for now. He does have an act again if he wants to try to pick someone off. For example, with Lucretia. Maybe I do just push up a little bit with her. I could also AoE here right away. Then he dies. I'll wait for him. Thing is, if he acts again, he can reach pretty much everything thanks to that Luna. Well. Let's just start with this then. I'd kind of like to keep that buff if I need it. Yeah, I'll just, I'll inch up. I'll inch up. I'll use mass attack after I've moved a couple characters. Florentia doesn't really have to inch up at all. Alright, he's trying to close the door to Ares flying in, which is fine. The play with Ares is usually just to fly around that anyway. No breeze. The devs do seem to be doing pretty good on balance, other than, you know, every once in a while something that's pretty powerful comes up, like Lucretia is the latest example, and on the Chinese servers, the new Dark Matthew is also pretty wild. But the meta usually comes up with ways to kind of account for those things. We're just in the early days of Lucretia now, so we're kind of still figuring out what to do about her. Or, I mean, the good players know what to do about her. I'm still figuring out what to do about her. So it looks like he's setting up a big Lucretia incursion for next turn. He will have turn priority, so if on the next turn he wants to act first with Lucretia, that's certainly a possibility. So this is a mostly single target Lucretia, but she can take out whoever she wants here probably. I'm not sure how to tell how good of a Lucretia that is. I do have my player 2 act again, if necessary, of course, which I may use on Cherie. Because she'll be able to do her first attack on the puppet and then move in and do her other attack on Lucretia if nothing changes. Something may change. How far deep in do I have to get to do that? Let's not waste all our time talking about it. Okay, I got a breeze. My guess is he probably uses Act again on Lucretia this turn. Or uses this AoE to try to totally disable my Cherie so she can't do anything. Tanks are picked less frequently in this season. It's really kind of a rush season. Rush does well in every season, even when tanks are really on meta. But you're seeing a lot less tanks. I mean, this is the first day of this season, but based on the preview that we have from China, I'm really just trying to prep this for Cherie to be able to do anything, but if I blast them with AoE, it means I can't mass attack her. But I think breaking Sorks is probably more important. Oh, he can just heal up anyway. Breaking Sorks was not more important. We'll see if he gets that Act again off. I don't think he should use it here. Like, he can just do the same job with his turn priority. I don't think I'm going to be killing this. It's actually not possible for me to level up the Goblin Soldiers anymore. They're maxed. I decided not to bring them for this match, just because I thought I might want the magical protection of the angels a little bit more. Now, my Cherie is seriously not in a good way here, but we'll see what she can do. Yeah, this is not looking good. Rather than going in, I almost wonder if it's more worth it to just double spike this Licorice. Bozel's 3C is next week or the week after? The week after. It comes with the Mu and Epsilon update. Well, let's stick with the original plan just to see if it actually does anything. I don't think her 3C will heal her because of that heal block, unfortunately. So let's have a very injured, non-buffed Cherie trying to take out this. What if I take out the Florentia instead? She doesn't have the benefit of the sorceresses. She has less defense. Oh no, she has less defense, but she does have sorceresses. on forest tiles for both. Her range is not fantastic anymore. I think I'm just going to go for Florentia. Why not? I think that was slightly more effective than what I would have gotten from Lucretia. But this thing blew us up, so we're on both back heels right now. I don't like to play with animations unless I'm testing. Like, if I'm actually playing, I prefer to keep them off just because they take longer. There is some valuable information in there in those animations. Lucretia still with a big 2-for-1 deal. I really don't like that, but I don't think Kyura does anything against it, especially since she's silenced and can't use her skills. Is she heal blocked, though? Does she clock her 3C? No, she's not doing anything, really. Can she kill my golem? Maybe. Let's heal up first. Do I care at this point if she kills my golem? I'm gonna say no. So at this point, Sage is going to be problematic. Luna is going to be problematic because I only have magical DPS right now, and Luna is very tough to kill with magic. Want to get a chance to use Kyura before she gets killed, so I'll go with her before I go with Lucretia. Now it's looking like single target Lucretia would have really benefited me. Alright, so running away with that at-risk Licorice is fine. Trying to attack into this will be very painful. Wish my little robo had his, wasn't silenced. That'd be super handy to be able to actually teleport away. I have to keep him here for the revive. Alright, and now there's pretty much officially nothing I can do to this team. I'm not going to be able to get any magic damage through this Luna barrier. He has his healer back. Kyra's skills are down. Yeah, Luna wasn't a problem in ban pick because I had two very good physical DPS. So them both being dead is just a good execution of his win condition, that's all. Florentia can't be healed yet, so we might as well heal Kyra. She might be able to do something. Oh yeah, this isn't even really abnormal terrain cancer. This is just one licorice. She's not doing anything right now. Luna's fine. The real threat, the real thing that killed me in this game was Licorice being able to get off two giant AoEs on my frontline units before they could go in for their attacks. So that was partly my positioning problem. But yeah, if I had had a healthy Cherie to be able to go in, I would have been able to do more than just temporarily stun Florentia. Anyway, this game is over, but I'm not conceding right now because I have more information to gather. That's not a lot of time to do anything. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Chang Wei. Alright, now we'll see what kind of onslaught takes place here. My unsilenced robo can't even reach Kyra to cool her down a little quicker now. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call Licorice busted, but she's in a really good place right now, especially with the new equips that came out. Alright, well, I have nothing more to see here. My golem has no interesting information for me. Oh, killed him before I could even retreat. Alright, 2 down, 3 to go. 2 down and 3 to go before we start getting loots. Which is really what we're here for. We came for the loots. Okay, what do we got here? Same stuff. We got a King of the Red Moon, though, who doesn't want to play against Rosenseal. What do I not want to play against? That's the question. Slightly more AoE-oriented box with these two in here. Hard to say, actually. We'll try Hilda. I've done mages the last 2 games. And versus this box, I have a feeling I'm going to want Jugler. It feels so weird to first pick Jugler. Hey, Bradicus. You have 1 more win than I do, so hang in there. Parker, I have used Cherie in 1 game, and she was promising from a pick-ban perspective, but she got hosed down with Licorice AoE before I had a chance to use her. So, not 100% sure yet. Definitely looking forward to deploying her some more this season, though. Eventually get more comfortable with how she works, what she can do, who she can do it against. Jug is good. He's easy to kill, though. He's easy to work around. Lots of stuff in boxes that can kill Jugler. All right. That's one of the things I'm trying to figure out. Still trying to figure out what my box's goal is. I don't like picking a tank and a healer to start, but it is kind of a generalist box leaning towards the rush side, although, I mean, I'm not good at playing rush, so the thing this season, I'm not expecting to do well this season. What I'm trying to do this season is learn how to play this box style better. Who is dangerous for me here? So this is going to be a similar situation to what I ran into in Game 1, where I need to have a way to actually beat this team somehow. And again, kind of a Season 1, or a Game 1 repeat of seeing my Ares not being able to kill a Jugler. My Elwyn would not be able to crack his Jugler with Lancer troops. And he has no reason not to bring Lancer troops if I do pick Elwyn, because I don't also have Twilight Star Mage. So, I mean, I could take away his healers. He's not super gonna need them. To be honest, neither Sage nor Hilda really does much for me here. No, yeah, I do want that. Burn is buffing Florentia and Ares, that's fine. Sage can at least buff Jugler. I'm gonna need to be able to kill his Jugler if I want to kill anyone else. Burn can theoretically help Ares do that. Now the question is just being able to get in there, because he definitely outzones me big time. Like, this can hit my whole team before I can engage with both of my Jugler killers. This can teleport and hit my whole team. This gives his team range. Yeah, there's not really double tanking attrition wins this season. There's too many things that either ignore guard or just AoE blast your tanks down. Last minute trying to decide. I mean, I think those skills are going to be fine. Testa. Well, I've run into 3 really good players so far. So even if all things were equal with the actual unit selection, there's a significant skill gap here too as well. All right. Interesting mix on the Lucretia. no choice but to creep up a little. I am going to have to spread out. Like, that's the other thing about Kruger. It's not just his debuffs that are annoying. He actually just has very devastating AoE damage. If he wants to poke, he'll still be able to hit me. No, he's going to go first. I was going to say... he's going to get a movement boost from Burner as well. My team frequently looks like Sadness Wujin. Or at least that's how I feel after every ban pick. I get into a match and I'm like, what? What is this team? So, this is just qualifiers though. This is why we're playing. Eventually get comfortable with combinations of characters that actually work rather than, you know, just seeing what doesn't work. The real crux of my box right now, though, is that I just don't really know how to kill anything. Like, I don't know what order I need to get units in. Who are the priority units that I need to be able to kill? Now this Rainforce is going to wipe out my whole team. He can pop in. He'll get a revive once he's in there. Nasty man. I'm sad that I didn't get him. He's the kind of character I like. Like, I have to waste all my DPS trying to, like, take him out now. Might as well, though. I mean, it's something. Gotta do something in this match. So there's his revive. Oh, he stole my strategic regroup, which is hilarious. So now he can't be targeted. So while he's in this little revival state, I can't actually finish him off. Unless I wanted to do something like blast my AoEs, right? Which, with Florentia, I may well want to do that. Can hit him now. Ares is not going to be able to do much. The great thing about a character like this is I essentially dedicate one turn of my entire team to just trying to chip him down, while he has everything in reserve. All of his skills are up. He gets to dictate the flow and the positioning. So Lucretia here is going to have her choice of who to snipe. Jugler somehow survives it. Burn is not going to be able to do much. Like, I wanted to get some of his, I have limited time before Jugler comes in and joins the party, right? So my options are just get a little splash damage on him. Do Sage second. Must have lost my post-battle follow-up splash damage buff. Alright, so he's guarding everything now, so that's fine. Oh, Sage actually can't get in there to get a hit off now. So he's useless. And Jugler splashing will just heal the rest of his team. So this is an AoE rush box. It's different than my kind of single target mix rush box that can pivot either way. Once he pries a little opening, then everyone just filters in. All my units were injured enough that any AoE from any of these characters could have taken them out. Very nice. I actually thought this might be my guild leader Johnny's box. He runs a very similar box to this, and it would have been hilarious if I faced him. I definitely don't really need to stick around for this match because the only character I have left is someone who I'm already familiar with, so I don't really have much to learn here. I can learn about his units. So he's still got me with a black hole, dark dragon breath. That's going to be more than enough to take care of Sage. He can't really do anything against this team anyway, so... And thanks for the follow, Genubo. Yeah, he's got control of this, so he just has to move back. might as well use my act again. Holy Lucretia can definitely still kill. I think she has the same int as Mage Lucretia, and that one looked like it was on Scepter of Divinity for the extra range. So her her attack stat or her int stat definitely fluctuate with the weapon choice, because she can use Gift of Eternal Life. She can also use Red Moon, which is good for int for her. That one was on Scepter for the extra range. So the slightly lower int from that may have contributed to that not killing Jugler. But it was close enough. Like, it's not like I was able to then pivot Jugler into doing anything useful. So we have an Omega in this box. And a Freya. Interesting. No Jugler. So Hilda and Freya, the only tanks. Four healers. So I took Kruger out of my box, so I don't have tons of AoE potential. Try actually picking one of my old tested and true DPS units first. So pulling the old sneaky trick of backing me into a corner and taking out my tanks or my healers, but that's fine. With this box, you're supposed to have a little bit of resilience against that kind of tactic, as long as you actually know what you're doing, which I don't. Let's see here. Who else do I not like? He has a couple of AoEs. The Dobermans are displeased. The Dobermen. So that's Ares and Kyura down, that's fine. Probably have to get rid of anything resembling magic with this team. Oh, didn't click in time. Super dumb. Wasn't paying attention. See, Dobermans think they're good guard dogs because they draw your attention to what they think is a threat outside. But they have a very different idea of what is a threat than I do. If they could actually give me advice on this band pick, that'd be much more useful than letting me know that Buddy's checking the mail across the street. Okay, that's fine too. Alright, now's my chance though, don't blow it. We still want Helena. I'm not going to have a really good way to get through this Hilda. So who can push me around? Welcome, Red Wrath. It's going fairly well so far today. I've gotten to play a couple games. Gonna need to figure out a way to kill Omega. She does not need faction buff now. And she probably doesn't want Highlands. She doesn't really need angels. There's no real magical threat here either. I guess Royal Calves. Omega can probably kill everyone on my team. I haven't built any of my characters to be Omega proof. Now, I wonder if werewolves... Yeah, werewolves are still fine on burn for now, theoretically. Theoretically. Let's see how it goes. Oh! ItachiUchiha. What do we have here? Standard Elwyn, Phalanxes, and faction buff. We got Omega, the usual. Okay. Well, we'll see. Yeah, not bringing angels was the right move against these Dark Elf snipers. Definitely wants to move in. I didn't bring any buff. I should have brought Strengthen on her. I didn't bring anything to make Jugler stronger. That was a mistake. I don't math on stream, but I think he has everyone tripled. Except for her. We shall veer to the left. I'm just glad I'm getting my placements in on the first day instead of 8 weeks in like I did the last couple seasons. Gonna get a bunch of sweet silver scrolls. Yeah, winning 2 is, I think, already not on the table. But climbing up out of silver is not very time-consuming. Regardless of how I finish in these placements, I should be gold 3 by the end of the weekend. It's funny, the last couple of seasons my usual PvP trajectory has been gold 3 from the start of the season to the last day, and then move up from gold 3 to Lang. So I've turned priority, but he has Act again. So I don't want to try anything too cute. Like teleporting someone down to a position where I could kill Omega. Therefore I won't. I won't do that. Omega is one problem, Hilda is the other problem. I'm probably going to need good luck versus Thorns, since I don't have the new robe for T-Jess yet. And I'm going to need Burn to be a superstar, or I'm going to need to be able to lock him down with Jugler and have Jugler hang in there. So not 100% sure which of those things is going to end up happening. I don't want to give his Reen an opening either. Once he transforms, that range will increase. I think I can bring Burn out front. Like, the only other alternative to me getting around that Hilda somehow is him attempting to make a trade and having it not work out. So he's going to come in to spike Jugler, to spike into my spiky boys. Let's see what he dispels. He dispelled everything important. That said, I don't think I need Shiv to kill this. So... oh, I auto-transformed his Reen, so he is able to AoE my team now. Helena doesn't have any Rosen immunities up. So I think before this Reen 3C goes off, I kind of have no choice but to get in here with some more immunity stacks. I do have the ability to splash Jugler at this Hilda. This turn I have no follow-up to that yet though, so I could do it as my last move on this turn. I still have turn priority. I'm not sure. She probably does kill him, but I don't think I want to do that to start. I think I can jump Jug now. That Omega might kill my Jugler though, to be honest. Which would be deeply unpleasant. Yep. Yep. Tejas should still kill him. And I do think that Omega is my remaining target. I don't want him to be able to counter with Ullers either, though, so... From down here, I guess. Oh, he has a stinger on anyway. I guess I could have told that from his range. Alright, so that's one win in anyway. That was fully due to the overextension on Elwyn from his part, because he had to commit his team forwards. Crashing Elwyn into Lancer Jugler wasn't going to do anything even after stripping off all my buffs, so it was not just the Elwyn trade that got him. Oh. Well, there's my 2 qualifier wins that you said I needed. The second one much easier than the first. So safely nestled into the bosom of Gold 3. But yeah, like I was saying, it wasn't just the trading Elwyn that got him. It was the fact that he had his whole team committed forward to support the Elwyn, that once Elwyn was gone from the trade, he was close enough that I actually had follow-up available to me. If he was a little bit more patient, I don't think his Elwyn still would have been able to do anything, but he would have been able to make better use of, like, picking away at me with Reen and Omega, possibly. Although I'm not 100% sure about that Omega. We didn't really get to see him in action. Thanks for the follow, Blueberry Dogs. Always good to see some dog-related usernames above my picture of applesauce there. The last one who just ran away from me, I don't know if that was Fjerler. No, it was Kiyohime. Not sure who that is. So yeah, interesting that 2 of my first 3 games were losses against Never and Testarossa, who are both incredibly good players, who I respect a lot and have a lot of healthy fear for, so I don't mind too much that I lost to them. Now, let's evaluate what we've got here. I actually like the shape of the box. Really, 100% of my problems so far this season, in scrims before the season started and in my qualifiers, has been not really fully understanding what I need, which, for most players, whether they know it or not, is probably 70 or 80% of the difficulty for them in Apex. Like, that's the kind of strategic core that you need to have, is to know what you need, like who are your carries, who are your win conditions, like who do you need to get out against certain types of boxes. I just threw this box together for the first time this season, not 100% sure how to use it yet. There are some weaknesses, there are some, I wouldn't call them glaring weaknesses, but my Lucretia's 4 stars. Kyura's still 5 stars, which is not great, especially for a Holy Meteor Kyura. I am actively sharding her. And Werner is kind of in here more for his mobility boost than anything else. I initially had Kruger in that slot. Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to play with less reliance on healers. I will often get Florentia. I'll first pick Florentia if I'm player 2, and I'll often first pick her if I'm player 1. It kind of depends on how ban pick goes. But ideally, I want to learn and get better at not having to do that. I don't really want a tank push. That's the key. If I have to, like if I get painted into that corner of having to tank push, I can. But I don't pick and ban specifically for that. So taking Kruger out for Werner gives me less of a flex to AoE if I need it. And what I was finding in those games is Hilda, at least, was fairly difficult for me to deal with without being able to, like, go back and resort to AoE. So I'm either going to have to ban Hilda more or get Kruger back in the box. My Kruger, the problem with him, he's only 4 stars. He doesn't have tons of investment. 4 stars, not great in and of itself. Yeah, Rush is definitely going to be popular until Christiane comes out. And then even a little bit after, they kind of flexed back to Rush a little bit in China for Season 9. So that's fine. That's all well and good for Rush to be popular. I'm not good at Rush. I don't have tons of experience with it. So I've fully resigned myself to not being a good rusher this season, but trying to become a better rusher this season. So I'm going to be playing lots of games like that and keeping notes and keeping stats and figuring out like what works for me and like essentially how to rush. One really good rush player that I know is Chung, who's in my guild. So I'll be taking notes from him as well and kind of trying to learn. The two, I guess, key things with rush are positioning and ban pick. And I don't think I have a really firm grasp on either of those yet. Obviously, we have Bozel's. This is not my final Bozel. I just freshly re-rolled this stuff to Breeze, so he doesn't have good rolls on him yet. They're all just like one-off, one-and-done rolls. When his 3C comes out, I'm going to put some more investment into him to try to bring him up to snuff. And sneak him into the box here somewhere, either instead of Werner or instead of Himiko. Himiko is kind of doing his job right now. Yeah, Dark Matthew definitely kind of threw a wrench into that whole season, didn't it? You know, I might even consider dropping Elwyn for Kruger or Bozel, depending on how this box feels. Like, I think with Werner, if my Werner was good, I don't necessarily need Elwyn in there also. So we shall see. I'm going to play more because there's no reason not to. Like, there's no penalty for losing. I'll just hang out here at Gold 3. I could actually lose, so the Gold season rewards, you get them from playing 10 games. So if I went in here and lost 5 games in a row, that would get me my Silver Wolf skin. So we've got a Hein. We've got a normal Rainforce. We've got a Yulia. That's interesting. And a Leaden. So this person does not want to face Kyura. Guard Ignore. I think I'm going to take my chances. Even though there's lots of glory in here, I'm going to take my chances. There's lots of glory in here. Azriel, I dual stream. I have YouTube and Twitch up at the same time right now. I think I'm going to anticipate having to AoE this character. Who do I bring to start that off? Why not, yeah, why not? Let's see if he bans both my healers here. I actually just got Sissy White off banner while I was summoning for, I was doing a couple last-minute summons for Lucretia, I think. I'm not committing to AoE yet. Yeah, he has the option of banning both my healers here, in which case I don't get flow, but I want to see what he does with this pick. Rosenseal is also a good option for me in case he secures Rainforce. So, Red Wrath, have you played any of your next round Summit Der Langrisser matches yet, or do you have your schedule, your bracket? Okay, so opening with Jugler, so probably not going to be going with AoE. I don't want to face this, and to be honest, probably this. We'll cross the other bridges when we come to them. So I have been left with the ability to take a healer now. But is that a dangerous temptation with this style of box to commit to healers early and let him take out my good DPS? Let's just go all in. Let's just go ham. See what happens. Like I said, losing this match literally does nothing, so it's pure experimentation time. Yeah, the thing that makes more healers popular now is the fact that Licorice finally fully counts as a full healer. Alright, who are some other DPS that are scary? I don't like Ares, and probably Cherie. So he is going to go ahead and bring the horse. We'll get rid of Burn. And I think this is the part where I get rid of Rainforce. Actually, yes. I am not going to give him, even though it's a second healer, I don't want him to have Act again. Okay, let's see what we can make happen here. We are going to go with Spiky Boys on Burn. Actually, should I bring Hoplites instead of Stone Colossus? What do they look like? 11k with 470. Hoplites give me just a little bit more attacking. Slightly less bulk. Gonna go with the Hoppers. Yes, Strengthen, good reminder. And against this team, I think I stick with the Angels. think we stick with angels. So we'll have strengthen for Cherie and for her. Shelfaniel for the win. How's it going? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good call. Almost forgot that. V important. The only other thing I'm not sure of is Cherie's Shadow Raid, but I think it's going to have to do. I think it's going to have to do. Shelf, I am just poking and prodding at my box. It's IVaynard, or Maynard. This is someone who I played in an earlier Summit der Langrisser. So we do have Jugler on Lobsters, presumably to prevent that opening Twilight Spike from TJS. There will be no talk of phrasing in this stream, my friend. You run a princess box anyway, then SP Cherie definitely fits. Alright, believe it or not, I think Hein is probably my biggest threat here. Especially since Burn is not the most adept magic tank. I mess you up. Were you around when I got my glorious, like, 4-game losing streak earlier? He's not Spirit Boots, so he can't freeze me right away. But I also don't have my guard actively up yet. Oh, you know what I should have brought instead of Shadow Raid? I should have brought her new push skill. That's really good against Jugler. Damn, that's one mistake. That's one mistake. And I probably could have used her Mass Crystal Heal instead of Miracle. So those are two things that I would have done different if I had more time to concentrate on pick and ban, or on setup, instead of yammering away at the chat. Obsidian Bahamut, thank you for the follow. Sorry to be a little late to those. But we got boxes to poke here. Ace Knight. Welcome to the stream. You're all done your matches, or you're just done streaming them? I think I'm going to go Helena first. Alright, so he's definitely not letting me do any kind of teleporting Cherie shenanigans on the first turn. So, oh, we may have some Doberman action here in a minute. I hear garages and doors being opened. Let's position Cherie. Now remember, Burn's not even actively guarding yet. Who cares? Yeah, this is my first time. This is my first season playing on the first day of the Apex season being open. So it doesn't have quite the same level of hype as my final day, final window, final game Lang wins. Knowing me, we'll probably still need those, though. I'll be playing more this season and probably streaming every game I play if I can, if I'm not on vacation or something for a weekend. But historically, playing lots of games for me doesn't necessarily equate to climbing until the last day. And we'll see if we can get Tristan over and maybe my bacon is crispy to come over and do some co-casts on some of those later streams. I know that people are usually entertained by Tristan's shenanigans, if not educated and edified. Well, Breeze is fine. If I come here, I can strengthen Cherie now. Then get out of the way. I don't need to be too far out of the way, as long as Burn guards first next turn. Alright. So, we want Burn to move up and guard. I think even if he moves up one spot, Juggler can't reach to lock out his guard from here. Hey Flacito, thank you for joining the stream. Mean Keen, nice name too. I don't think Juggler can lock me down from here. I might be super not paying attention-y, but I don't think he can. Now Hein could be a problem. As long as I have immunity from Rosenseal, though, he's not a problem. He does have this skill, this big AoE that makes it so that you can't guard. Is it this one? Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah. So as long as we're all Rosensealed up, though, I shouldn't have to worry about that too much. And as long as I have my hoplites, I shouldn't have to worry about Elwyn too much. Hopefully. Now his Jugler is actually... He does have a great Dragon Barrier, so he's passively guarding magic for these characters, so there's no sense in being too hasty yet. He has Rosenseal too, so he's going to be immune to my Cherie stuns. I was just looking for, like, what can she do right now? She would get her act again here, but that's not really very beneficial either. Helena can't do anything much. I kind of want to keep her in reserve in case he moves in with Elwyn. I actually think I do bring her in first. Okay, the Dobermans have gone from barking to prancing around up there. Clearly, whoever entered my home, they're happy about it. But it wasn't someone who brought me chicky nuggies, so I don't know how happy about it I can be. He's trying to decide. He has a few options. He wants to know, when do I move with Jug? What kind of weapon is on burn? My burn currently, I've been juggling between Balance Blade and Mjolnir. I have Mjolnir on him right now because one of the weaknesses I was running into was tanks, like Jugler or Hilda, not being able to do much about them, and burn can strip buffs fairly well. So Mjolnir for now. It's handy as well when I have to run into a situation where I'm tanking with him, because it does give him a little bit more bulk. Alright, so he looks like he's going to be content to hang back there for a bit. We are about to get AoE'd. We are about to get AoE'd. And I don't have my Mass Crystal healing. I don't have Jugler, so we're not going to auto-heal after it. We are about to get AoE'd. And thanks for the follow, Flacito, by the way. Okay, so he's actively guarding magic now. That's okay. I'm not attacking with magic yet. I don't want to open up Burn's front. She is strengthened for one turn for now. Yeah, thanks TJX. I'm still playing. Still loving life. It's a fun game. So what made you quit, if you don't mind my asking? If you say it was my April Fool's video that made you quit, then I'm going to be pretty sad. So he's balled up pretty good here. Can't really crack into him. He's actually kind of committed to staying back with his Rosenseal already in crystal form. So, what do I give him first? Not going to be able to stun him. You know, she can maybe shiv and strip some buffs and be annoying, but he's going to just re-heal from his crystals. Kind of like him to open it. I'd like him to open the proceedings. Oh good, I'm already out of time. Well, let's hang back here for a sec. I can always make a teleport play if I have to. She has her act again up. Okay, he's going to come in with Sage. I'm not super convinced by that. Yeah, I'm not super convinced by it. Being low on time, though, doesn't give me much time to think about sneaky teleport plays there. Like, I could have brought Burn back up to the front and then attacked with Jess. But I would have liked to count tiles. It would have left Cherie exposed. Which I don't want. No reason to rush if he's gonna blow his big moves like that. He didn't clock it. Yeah, I know that feeling, TJX. I don't fully agree with it, though. Like, I hear people say, you know, they've missed out on stuff or they're thinking about... I don't know. To me, this is a game that you just chip away at over time. Like, there were a few things that I missed in the first year, and you just make do without until you get a chance to pick up things in other ways. Like with most gacha games, actually, I find the FOMO effect kind of goes away when you realize... like, that thing that you desperately wanted a couple months down the road, like after you put everything into getting it and building it up, and then a few months down the road there's like another thing, and you don't find that previous thing as exciting anymore. So, by just playing a little more chill and not worrying about missing out on content, you kind of skip that, like you just cut the middleman out and just enjoy the new things as they come, I guess. But maybe that's easy for me to say because I've been playing for a long time, so... Yeah, he's going to lose his physical guard when Juglar acts next. Unless he dives. That's his way to get his buffs back. So if he wants to guard... If he wants to keep physical guard up, he's going to need to dive. But I don't think... Well, I mean, he can dive on my team, but he can't lock down Burn because I have him in a ball of waifus here. The protective waifu shell. So I think that's part of what he's deciding. Like, does he want to go in with Juglar here? He's gonna go with Elwyn first. So Elwyn's not full, but he does have a revive. She can probably do one of them? I'm gonna be greedy by not using her 3C. So now he needs Juglar to dive in to protect his Elwyn. Which he is doing. I have no way of pushing Juglar off right now. Can he act again and hit me with his AoE? Well, there's no reason not to heal. No reason not to heal first. So this is going to go on Juglar. But that's fine. So they're both not in good shape right now. depending on what this Hein does, I mean, I have turn priority here. So, the question now is... who kills who? Cherie, unfortunately, already used her act again to get Elwyn's first life off. So Hein has another big AoE up his sleeves if he so decides. Elwyn can also freely run wherever he wants on the map to fully heal back up. Helena's not in guard, so that might be something that tempts him. Or burn. Oof, yeah, he does get burned down. That's unfortunate. Deeply unfortunate. Let's just put some more chips on him. Hein will become the thing, but my Cherie should be pretty resilient against Hein. I was using Blood Sword on her before, and I actually really like Demon Slayer on her instead. She can become quite a vicious debuffer with it. I think I'm still in good shape here. He doesn't have a way to save Elwyn. And once Cherie's healed up and gets her act again back, I don't think Hein is going to be able to do anything to her. Does he even have... yeah, he does have a couple stacks. That's fine. So I'm missing out on Bernhardt's sweet, sweet aura. Carry Guile, I'm not sure who that's directed towards. So this is the power of SP Cherie. Oh, so close. 0% on Sage. His healer's mobile again, though, so it's not over. He's got his revive on Sage still, of course. But he has no answer to this. And thanks for the follow, Scappin. One thing I'm going to be doing that my all my new followers might be surprised and horrified by, starting this week sometime, I'm going to be starting to stream the new Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster, and I'm going to do a little bit of a challenge run for myself. I'm going to, I've played the game many times, not the remaster, obviously, but the original. And I'm going to force myself to play with each character only allowed to use one of their commands, and I'll do that randomly. So it's definitely possible that I'll screw myself over and I won't be able to proceed in the game. Definitely very possible. But that's part of the fun. So sometime this week I'll be starting that. You know, it's funny that you should mention that, but there was a helicopter. When I was recording my latest Should You Summon episode, there was a helicopter. And I kind of chuckled to myself, and I didn't include my reaction in the final video, like I edited that part out. So he just has a healer now. But I thought about, this would be a good opportunity, weekly helicopter time to finish my story. So, GG IVaynard, thanks for that match. That was a good one. And I am at my high point of the season so far with a 50% win rate, 16-19. Now, technically, I do have some more time before this window closes. And even though I know there's no promise of chicken nuggies up there, I really should go see what's going on with a Doberman parade and someone who just came in. So I'll at least, I think I'll call it for this window. I'll go get things settled here, and then probably for the late window, I'll be back to stream again. There's another little like shorter window in between. I might play that, but I probably won't stream it. But I should be back for later tonight, a few more games. So thanks for tuning into this one, everyone. Thanks for seeing me into Gold 3, which I didn't think I was going to make it after my first few qualifiers. But we squeezed into Gold 3. We squeezed in. And it's all uphill from here. I can't go down below 1,600 points. So it's a great opportunity to get practice with this box with very low stakes. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. I'll catch you later on if you're here for that stream, and if not, then definitely stay tuned for my Final Fantasy stream starting this week. And yeah, take care, everyone. Happy Langrissing.